Hi, everybody. It's Linda G coming to you from Northern California near wine country, where, yes, they are having a pretty significant fire. Let's see. I get notices. The good news, well, it's up in Napa and it's hitting a couple of wineries. But the good news is it's not going to hit me. Let's see what it's up to now. 6,803 acres. They've had level 3 evacuation orders, and they've got all kinds of helicopters and stuff. They had helicopters going all last night, but we're not even getting the smoke because the wind is blowing east, and we're more towards the west, towards the water. So anyway, God bless, and fortunately, nobody's been hurt or killed. Okay, so and it's steep terrain. It's really tough on the firemen's. I just want to tell you guys, if you don't mind a few minutes, I got my CAT scan back. And let me tell you what happened. My doctor is out on maternity leave. I used to work with his father, who was an attending at a hospital I worked at. Anyway, I think I've seen him once. Nice guy. I got this letter that he's off on maternity leave. So when I had the flank pain going on, I made an appointment with his nurse practitioner. And my experiences with nurse practitioners is they're pretty good, but they have to work under the doctor. So she came, she saw me, but when I saw her a week ago last Friday, she palpitated my back and there was no residual pain. I had no pain on Friday, of course. So she said, okay, well, if it comes back, what we're going to do is she said a PET scan. And I was like, oh God, that's the radiation one. But anyway, so it came back Monday. Actually, the next day, Saturday, maybe from the palpitating, but I had the pain back. Now, mind you, it's not double over screaming for Jesus type pain. It's irritating, but if I lay flat with a heating pad on my left side, really helps. So she ordered a scan, and I went Monday night to the hospital because that's where they do them, and got the scan done. They didn't even know what it was for. I said, I'm having left-sided flank pain. They said, oh, good, thanks for telling us. So they did the scan. So I'm waiting and waiting. And by Wednesday, I write her email. I said, any word on that scan? Do I need to wait? Is it going to take longer? I imagine no news is good news. She said nothing back. So then 2 more days go by. And Friday or Thursday night, I get an email from a different doctor. She's not a nurse practitioner, she's a doctor. And she says, oh, those scans take about anywhere from 48 to 70 some odd hours to go through. You should hear by tomorrow morning. If you don't, let us know. So Friday comes, morning, afternoon, nothing. So I write this doctor and said, nothing. She doesn't write me back or anything. So by Friday night, 6:30, I think, I said, you know what? I'm going to file a complaint with patient services. If you guys ever have trouble with a hospital, ask me, because I kind of know the inner workings. So I wrote them, emailed them, didn't expect to hear anything till this coming week. And I said, I had this scan done, and fortunately, I'm not in distress right now. But it's just weird that the nurse practitioner wouldn't even write me back. And then this other lady says, if you don't hear Friday morning, let me know. And I didn't, and nothing. And they say, how do you want to resolve this? Give me the results of my scan. So Saturday, which they don't work on Saturday, here's my scan in the mail in the afternoon from the nurse practitioner, but nothing else. She just sent she probably knows I'm a nurse, so that's why because if I wasn't a nurse, how the hell would I understand it? So she sent the scan, and let me tell you what it is. On my left side, I have a cyst, that's 5.3 millimeters. So it's 2 inches. It's about as big as my kidney. You know, kidneys are 4 to 5 inches. So it's good size, and it makes sense that I'm uncomfortable. And what I want to know is, does those heating pads and me resting like that cause maybe the fluid in it to go down? It leaks a little bit. So then that's why I don't have pain for a while, and then it comes back. So on my right side, I have a little teeny 2 millimeter or 3 millimeter piece of grain kidney stone. That's not obstructing anything. It's sort of floating there. They said they don't see any problem with it, but it's teeny tiny. But I never have pain on my right side, only on my left side. So, and then they noted that my gallbladder is totally empty. I have no stones, thank you. Also, my arteries look good, and my lymph nodes are clear. So that's really a good sign, because sometimes those cysts can have cancer in them, but I don't see that happening since I'm a previous cancer patient. But anyway, but what gets me, and you can tell me if you feel the same way, she sends me the results but says nothing. Like, okay, here's the results. We can talk next week. We'll figure out a game plan, or I'm going to forward this to nephrology. You'll get a appointment, because even maybe next week out of the blue, I hear from nephrology and I get an appointment. Who knows what's going on? But why should I sit there and beg and ask? I've never had to deal. Listen, I've been with Kaiser since I got hit by a car in 1962, and compound fracture. And my dad was a Hayward fireman, and I didn't have to deal with anything for years. I always had Kaiser. A couple of years I didn't, because I had a different job and they switched out towards someone else. And I worked at Kaiser as a nurse. So it's like, whoa, I don't understand why I have to beg for information. Help me with this. So anyway, I wanted to tell you guys. And then in the morning, I had this dream as I was waking up, a man telling me, and I have to look at the name, whispering to me, that I had, hold on, kidney tinsel. That's what he said. You have kidney tinsel. And it's also, it said, is a misinterpretation of tinsin, a family of focal adhesion proteins crucial for cell adhesion and signaling in the kidneys and tensile properties. So I had no clue what that was. So, but that's what he said. He used that word. And I was shocked that there is such a word. So, but what I had was this thing. So I'm glad that, I don't know, maybe he was saying something else, but that's what the dream. But I wake up and I went to write down this name, and the room was like I was in a hurricane or a tornado. I was woo, 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 and it was worse than I've ever had. My eyes must have really been doing that back and forth. So I was like, whoa, but normally I can do the vagal thing. Nothing worked. I was nauseous. I was like, dear God, make it stop. I was able to get up enough to go to the bathroom, but I had to hold on to the walls. And I just kind of kept waiting for it to go away. I had water with me, so I was drinking the water, and nothing was working. So I had to contact my son. My youngest son would have helped if I woke him up. But Jacob, he's the eldest son. And I said, honey, I really having a difficult time. I'm afraid I'm going to fall and no one will be here. So he came right out, and he got me some breakfast, and I ate the breakfast, but it was hurt like crazy. I don't know why my stomach hurt so bad. And then I waited. My daughter sent me the stuff on Epley, those maneuvers. The one I used that really made me sick, I had to have a bucket next to the bed, was the one where you take your head and you go at the edge of the bed and you put your head all the way back. And then you count And oh my God, I breathed. I tried hard to stay, you know, where I wasn't like projectile vomiting. And then you bring your head up and then you sit up and you count. So anyway, I did that one and it made it worse. But within about 30 minutes, I start noticing it slowed down. So then I laid on my right side, very flat in the bed. And probably within an hour, I noticed that it totally stopped. I tried to go back to sleep. And then it just dissipated. It was gone. And I was so excited to tell my son, it's gone. Oh my God, it's gone. I was able to get up. I was able to play with the dogs. Last night, I even, well, actually, Jake fed the dogs because we didn't want me to take a chance on leaning down. But today, up and running, no problemo. Sorry this is taking so long to give you the story, but you know me, all my personal laundry's right out there. So let's get into the business at hand. I gave away my 2 free reads for the members today on YouTube. And there's a couple of people that I've had to reschedule. I don't know how many times. This one person, I messed up. I should have read her last Sunday. I felt terrible. But today I called her 4 times and immediately it says her name and it goes into voicemail. And this has happened to me before. So 4 times. And she's all confused because she says, my phone doesn't even show you calling. There's nothing here. So fortunately, I have Comcast phone. So I sent her the link showing all the calls. And I did, in fact, call her at these times. And she sent me her link. And I said, well, we can go tit for tat here for a while, but we've got to figure out something else to do. Maybe I'll get a hold of her later tonight. But what my daughter and I were thinking, it might be easier is if you're a winner, if you're a subscriber, or if you're a member, maybe you should send me via my email the link for Zoom if you have Zoom. If you don't have Zoom, that's okay. I can read you on the phone. That might be easier. And then you can tape it. You get 30 minutes free. You can keep it, whatever. That's what we're thinking. So if you have any suggestions on that, let me know. But that's not the first time that's happened. There's something weird with the phone systems because when I was doing paid readings, this happened quite a bit where people were sitting right next to the phone and it never rang. Okay, so let's get down to the brass tacks, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, here we go. Ooh, 300 questions. Thank you, guys. First of all, I want to tell you, someone of the members said, somebody was asking, are you going to talk about the guards going in, the Air National Guards going into Chicago? I said, absolutely. And somebody said they're already in Chicago. They're already in Chicago. So I did a chat search and I said, are the Air National Guard already in Chicago? And they said, no, not yet. And there's no plans as of now to go in Chicago. So let's take a look at that. And everybody's complaining because the crime rate is bigger in the red states, but you know what he's doing. Oh, and the other thing is, we'll take a look at this. FYI, he hasn't been golfing in 2 weekends. Something's up. He's not feeling well, I'm telling you right now. And this is the month of July. We got 1 more week. And then we got Nez coming up the end of this next week to let us know what the signs say. But I think he's getting ready to go. I think that's that dream of him being in the coffin. And it will fall apart. There's nobody taking his place because nobody really likes him right now. And my hit was, and I'll be on with Mel tomorrow. We'll see what you guys have to say. My hit was that he would want a big presidential, horses taking him down the main streets. I just don't see anybody caring. But I see him probably being buried on his golf course. Boy, he made out big when he buried his ex-wife on the golf course. He gets all kinds of benefits. That's the only reason he did it. And I'm going to tell you something. I think somebody else had something to do with it per his permission. And I feel in those, because she was cremated and they were carrying that heavy coffin or all her records. Okay. Tell me about Chicago and the Air National Guard. And oh, and it's finally not so hot. It was hot for 2 days up in the hundreds, and now it's finally coming down. This morning it was all foggy. Tell me about the Air National Guard. The cycle will change September. There's all kinds of commotion in September. You know, there's going to come a time that people are working against him. Because even if he decides to send them in, it's a lot of struggle because people will not be happy. Beginning in the fall, people are not happy. And a lot of disappointment, a lot of overturning of the cups. Sort of a battlefield. I think he's going to come into more trouble than he counted on. He's not feeling good. Can I just throw on him real quick? Let's just take a look-see at him. Tell me about Trump. How's his health doing? Tell me about Trump's health. They're doing everything they can to keep him alive. What's that? Occam's razor? I might pronounce it wrong. The most logical should be the answer. Okay, logically, look at his hands. Logically, look at him dozing all the time. Logically, look at the color of his skin. The logical answer is the man is sick. There's no second guessing on that. Just like with the Epstein thing. Why is he working so hard to stop it? Because he's in it. There's no second guessing this. There's no trying to figure it out. He's in it. Tell me the status of Trump's. I don't know why I keep seeing those a horse-drawn carriage like they did with President Kennedy. And oh my God. Yeah, he's not, you guys. Oh my God, we got the Five of Swords again. Burying the dead. Hell yeah. Oh, I mean, oh, that's terrible. Um, struggle, bad news, the military. Someone just said something in my ear. Someone just said when he goes, even let's say he's not dead, but he's incapacitated, you're going to find people unable to get things done like he did. People won't be afraid of his cohorts. They'll just like Steve Miller. They're like, yeah, whatever, dude. Um, the fall months are very important. He's getting visits, you guys. His whole cycle is going to change. He's getting visits from the other side. I think that's why he's talking about heaven. Because Annette, her husband died. He had a dream, and his father came to him, and the father said, "You'll be joining me soon, son." Hold on. Let's look at these cards, the prediction cards from our dear friend Trish James. What's the physical situation with Donald Trump right now? Give me three. What's the physical situation? Whoops, I just dropped. Inside job taken out. Ooh. Inside job taken out. Now, what does that mean? Deeply involved or water. Inside job taken out. Is he going to be? No, I think he's physically sick. I don't think anybody's trying to take him out. And this fella, undercover, people know that he's going out. People are already talking amongst themselves. It's top secret information. Putin knows that too. He's unaware of his surroundings. He's getting where he's kind of losing his mind. There's going to be more stuff coming out. He gets some shots of something and he's able to get up there and chit chat and talk to people, but he's going downhill, you guys. He's going downhill. He tried his best to destroy America. He's not going to get there, and the angels won't let him get there. Okay, so he's going down, and this fall winter time is very important. Okay. Ness said, I feel Vance, Thiel, and Musk circling Trump like vultures. Yeah, but do you know what they're going to be surprised about, Ness? When Trump is basically called out, or maybe even Musk calls not Musk, Vance calls the 25th Amendment or something. He said he's too incapacitated, so I'm going to take over. Nobody listens to them. I see even more rioting happen because they're like, no, because the Trumpsters, the real Trumpsters, are going to be in grief and not want to listen to these guys. And there'll be something they do that's unbecoming that they don't like. Maybe they're jumping the gun too fast, but I do see a lot of, oh, hell no. And then that's when we win and turn the Congress blue, that's when we start putting them under the microscope. We start bringing them up on charges of being a traitor. And unfortunately, Trump can't be there because he's dead or ill. Okay, so Netanyahu denies, this is Dr. Tamara, famine in Gaza. Yeah, he denies everything. And by the way, I saw very interesting video. There was a gentleman who was beginning to do peace, who was the prime minister of Israel. You guys might remember. Was this in 85 or 95? And he was assassinated. Some guy came up behind him and shot him 3 times. But all of Israel blamed Bibi. They blamed him for it. And he probably did do it. So tell me about Bibi Netanyahu denying famine. All nations, people are turning on him, the Netherlands and everything. They said, we're for Palestine. Oh, he gets all upset. Tell me about, yeah, we know Netanyahu. Okay, Occam's razor. What's the logical thing is he wants to get rid of any Palestinian. He acts like he's getting rid of the terrorist group, but no, and the people in Israel that really wanted to see their loved ones, they know he's playing with their loves, and that he's just signing their death warrants. Hamas, yeah. Netanyahu. I read about him a lot, and I've always seen him running. Him and Putin. So he's trying to gain strength. They have something on Trump. They've used those young girls to create, because Epstein was right next to these people. He helped them get the goods, because Congress makes all kinds of money. So we're going to be happy because justice will be served. You see that? Things will change. Justice will be served, things will change, the world will see things differently. So lately I've been getting kind of a hit. We always have the fires and there's hurricanes coming up again. But what is this big thing that's getting ready to happen? Is it that spaceship they say that's coming in November? They're saying it's a spaceship, or is that all hogwash? Angels of light and mercy. I don't want to think it. You just tell me. I don't want to try to guess it. What is up and coming? Just show it to me on the screen. They want all of you guys to say your prayers. Okay. It's not the end of times. Thank you very much. We needed to hear that part. Hearts will be broken and it's unexpected out of the blue. Hearts will be broken and it'll be where people will have a hard time getting themselves out of it. I'm not feeling earthquakes. Look at this. Is it another disease? God is speaking with a passion. Here's a woman involved. Um, you know what? I'm seeing a fireball coming out of the sky. Either that or it's some sort of volcanic thing that pushes a fireball into the sky. But I see a fireball. I see people very shocked. I don't think it's the United States. I think it's a different country, but I see unbelievable sadness of people being wiped out. Um, and some of it lingers towards us. It might even be that covering from a volcano where you can't where people are sick because of the stuff coming over in the sky. I don't want to do a doomsday, but it feels like we're all eyes are cast upon someplace else. Like we're thinking, oh my God. I don't know why I'm seeing the very tip of Africa. I don't know why, but I just saw the very end of Africa. Lives will lives will go, but many will be saved. Oh, astrologically or genial or ge to do with the earth, a warning will happen. So it feels like geography wise, maybe scientists are saying this baby's getting ready to blow. Or if it's something coming from the sky, they're saying, NASA's saying this is getting ready to hit, but something not as big as the movie Greenland. Do you guys remember Greenland with my guy? Where that big uh, ass, I can't even say it, blew up in the sky and hit all over. And then the big one was the game changer, was supposed to destroy everything. It's not like that, but it's something that'll cause issue. It's something, you know, to those people born like me in the 50s, and we saw just, oh my gosh, between nuclear threats and earthquakes and presidents being killed, or President Kennedy and President or Senator Kennedy and Martin Luther King and riots and all the stuff and then the 9/11, all the stuff we see and more to come. We're not going to be able to die in peace. I'm going to tell you that right now. We're not going to be able to die in peace. Something is coming. Time frame, I can't tell you, but something is coming. I can feel it. And a lot of you guys can feel it too. You guys ask so many good questions. I'm filled with stuff here. Okay, will Democrats follow Gavin Newsom's lead? Did you see Barack Obama said, yeah, I'm for what Gavin Newsom is doing? You know, because his sweet wife said, when they go low, we go high. You need to fight fire with fire. He really has Trump. He has Trump stuck. I felt like a foot on his throat. He has Trump stuck. Trump is so furious. He wants people to go arrest him and throw him in jail or hang him publicly, and he can't do any of that because we're in the United States of America. But he's almost acting like he's committing a terrible crime against the president of the United States. He's not respecting him. Tell me about Gavin Newsom. Tell me the truth and only the truth. Here we go. Gavin Newsom's a little stuck right now. Didn't Andre say he did have some planetary stuff that was a little bit off-putting, but in the end, when we come down to who wins president, Gavin Newsom's cards are off the chart. Just gonna. So he's got the 10 of cups. So there's a lot of people celebrating him. He's cutting the crap. In the fall time and winter time, he's moving forward. Money is coming towards him. Okay. He has to watch his health a little bit. And this is God working on his side. That's good. Look at that. Even the women will like him. I think he's good looking, but he's not as good looking as my guy. But I think he's good looking. So, and his wife is beautiful, by the way. And again, I want to remind you guys, my son works for the county and had to go to where they live, him and his Gavin and his wife and the kids. And she came out and talked to them about something, and she was just as sweet. This is like 2 years ago, just as kind and as sweet as can be, non-pretentious. He said, Mom, she was really nice. And my son isn't impressed. He's not somebody that gets impressed, but he was impressed with her, you know, her collective energy. He thought she was very kind and spoke very well. So, okay, Gavin is going to do good. We'll go through a little, I don't know if some scam is coming up or some fraud, but I feel like somebody's going to try to throw something at him. Look they brought him up 3 times to have him taken out as California's governor. People spent all kinds of money and he always won by a landslide. So up your nose with a rubber hose. Um, well, other Democrats follow? Absolutely, yes. Absolutely, yes. And people are talking about maybe getting rid of uh, uh, the leaders of the Democratic Party in there now. I think they will. Um, but someone wants to know, will Jasmine Crockett win in another district or will she have a bigger opportunity? Let's look at Jasmine. Next time I talk to Ness and Andre, I need them to look at Jasmine. Well, it's a Democrat that's going to take, and I think it's Gavin Newsom that's going to take as president and will put her someplace within the administration. But let me see, is she going to run for something else? Is she going to? I keep seeing that the thing they're doing with adding or deleting seats, I keep seeing it going before the courts. I see a lot of play on that because, the Supreme Court probably. That's up to the states. Well, guess what? Because apparently, what the Texas did with these five, they accidentally opened up 10 more seats. I love it, you guys. Let's look at our Jasmine. Doesn't she look so pretty? She's done her hair different. She looks so pretty. A powerful man is standing before her. I wonder if that's Gavin. She is disappointed though. She's disappointed, but look at all the money coming to her. November is very significant. She has to look out for her health too. Um, she's upset about this, you guys. But look at this. It's all going to work out because she's going to get something even greater. I'm almost feeling its position in the cabinet of the president. That's what I'm feeling because it doesn't show her having to beg for the position. She's going to do really good. Um, is she going to win another big? I heard no. I heard she's not going to go. I heard she has another game plan and she'll go that direction. Kilmar Abrigo Garcia is free, at least for now. Will ICE rearrest him and deport him to Venezuela? Oh, did you guys hear? Was it in Texas or it was somewhere? Some guys with unmarked cars knocked on a door of a man and his baby and his wife at 3 o'clock in the morning saying they had a warrant for their arrest. And one of the guys shot through the door like an idiot. And so the other guy just got out his gun and started shooting and killed two of them. You could see them running, and he shot two of them. There you go. That's with the bull, you get the horns. What the hell were they doing? Doesn't make it. A lot of people have guns now, so these people got to stop playing because, you start breaking down somebody's door or breaking into their car, they can stand their ground. Okay, so let's look at Kilmer, sweet Kilmer. I saw him walking to his house holding his new baby. Will they rearrest him? Somebody's saying no to me. Let's hope that's right. A lot of people are in his favor. He's in the favor of the gate of the realm too. Look at he's sitting on the horse of success. He's stuck. He's stuck at home, but he's not moving forward. They're going to try to throw something at him. I'm going to tell you right now, they're going to try to throw something at him. November, maybe they're waiting for things to calm down. He's got some battle coming up again. I'm so sorry, you guys. I wish I could tell you it's smooth. Right now, he's very happy and he's staying close to home, but I see them trying to fare. That Pam Bondi is as evil can get. So something's going to happen. I don't know if he's going to get shipped out, but they'll try to throw something. Because remember, they got somebody to lie and say, oh, he did this, he was taking people. It was all a bunch of crap. Okay. With all the distraction, what does Spirit want us to pay attention to? They just want you to be quiet. They want you to be in the calm and encompassing energy of the realm. So sit outside, put your feet on the ground. If it's too hot, stay inside. But ask them what you can do for universal consciousness or to help yourself get higher in the realm. But they're all around you guys. They are all around and they love us. And if you could see the world how I see it, it's almost like these magnificent spirits are encircling us and going through. So it's beautiful. And I'm telling you, Ukraine is definitely going fantastic right now. They are hitting back full force, and they would just love for Putin to lay down his arms, but he won't do it. I think Putin will get taken out by his own people. Okay. You know what, Aunt B? There's a lot, including Tennessee. I see Ohio and Kansas, blue or purple. I see a lot of places changing because he's really hurting too many people for things to be kosher. I don't know. I didn't know Sterling said Vance would never be president. He may temporarily, while Trump is down, he may call the 25th Amendment because Trump lost his mind. But I don't see people wanting him to be president. I see a huge, maybe even people marching in the streets. Let me tell you, as soon as November of next year, when the Congress turns blue, they're going to bring all of them up in a Nuremberg net. Is it Nuremberg? Trial. It's all of them. They're all coming out. All the ones who were guilty about January 6th, the whole kabang. They're going to bring them all up. And JD Vance is one of them that allowed, and you know, the one who's in big trouble too is Marco Rubio. He has no future after this. None of them do. Okay. You know what? I see Sherrod Brown winning again. Absolutely. When he came back up, because I saw him winning before, but you know what it was? I probably saw him winning, but it doesn't necessarily mean this time, it's the next time. Well, will Sherrod Brown win again? Somebody's saying yes to me. Actually, they're saying chess. Well, Sherrod Brown. So try, like I haven't even looked at the news. I was stuck in bed and I watched old movies. I was not going to watch anything with politics. Yeah, he really doesn't even know why he's doing this. He's a little bit shocked himself. Look at karmically, absolutely. This is a win, you guys. Look at him riding his horse of success, 10 of cups. You guys have no idea. We're all talking amongst ourselves, but energetically, the resistance I'm getting from the MAGAs, a lot of them can't stand him. There was a guy just on the other day that said, this is on X or one of those. He said, I voted for Trump 3 times, and now my shoe business has shut down. But in the meantime, Nike and all those who can afford these extra costs can stay on, but I'm done. I can't go on. And I regret my decision. There you go. Mess with the bull, you get the horns. You know what I'm saying? I have a little fountain out there and all the birds, they love it. One more. Hedgehog announced that National Guard in DC allowed to carry their service weapons. This decision to actually do it will be up to the local commander, but will they? I don't see any National Guard shooting anybody. I see. Did you hear that that when they were in LA, they were defecating on stuff? The Air National Guard was defecating because they weren't happy to be there. So Hedgehog's getting ready to go too. Oh yeah, those people that worked for Elon Musk and the Doge. Elon Musk has to take off because they are coming after him. They are in huge trouble. All of these people are in huge trouble. What were they looking for at John Bolton's home? They didn't know what they were hoping to get some big thing, but Bolton covered himself. But I still see them manage to come up because that crazy woman, um, I see them, somebody even said he should get an attorney. There's going to be stupid enough to try to bring up some charges, but here's the thing, Bolton has the goods. So yeah, let's do a deposition. Let's talk about the truth under oath. Yeah, Trump is going to let this go. Um, yeah, they're trying to act like you see what happened, like if it was Jack or if it was Mueller or anybody. Yeah, they love to do this, but this is just slowly but surely going to go away. Uh, Now there's no list. Occam's razor. She said there was a list before. Now she doesn't. This is a known liar. What do you believe? There's a list. And by the way, did you hear? Somebody within the Biden organization said that apparently she was begging Biden to release her, to pardon her, and she would give him all the pedophile information about Trump. She was offering information. And Biden said no, which is he always takes. I would have taken it. Shoot. Yeah, girl, come over here and sit down and tell me what the 411. I would have destroyed him, but no, Biden said no, like him and Merrick Garland. Let's try to no. But actually, at the end of the day, we're going to come out smelling on top, good on top. But in the meantime, he got in there to destroy this country. But anyway, so yeah, so now she's working with Trump, and may I say, he's a wonderful. I never witnessed him. Blah 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 blah. She's trying to word it to where they can show, hey. But the problem is, who are you going to believe? All those young women, or just her? And all those young women say she was the one that was the lead on all this. It's just terrible, you guys. Okay. Musk has been quiet and he said he's not going to try to get another. I think somebody in the Trump organization talked to him because they fear if he gets a third party, it'll take away from the Republicans. And they're like, dude, don't do it, man. I see that he's just not going to bother. He's got some money leaving, so I don't know what's going on. That last rocket blew up in a million pieces. What a shame. Everybody got out their sticks with their marshmallows and had a little roast. Um, so that judge ordered the dismantling of Alcatraz, alligator Alcatraz, but apparently DeSatan is refusing, and he can refuse all he wants because he's going down. He's going down. And let me tell you, that place is going to be destroyed. So I'm not quite sure how, if it's like a total hurricane situation, but it's not going to last very long. Uh, yeah, listen, there's more blue than there is red in Georgia. Somebody was saying Vance was up at Peachtree where the money is. Everybody drives golf carts. Um, why was he here? Well, he's getting money. He wants money. Um, what does Putin have on Trump? The same thing as Netanyahu? All about the PP tapes and all of that, you guys. So I've been on almost an hour and I have lots more questions. So tomorrow we'll do Mel and then I'll do another show because I want all the questions. Now, don't forget, I'll be gone this weekend, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday next week. Um, but then I'll be back. And I'm so excited. There's something coming up. Now, I can't remember if Ness said September was tough, but October I'm feeling good about. So you guys keep your eyes and ears open. Be as calm as you can. Tell the realm this too shall pass. And don't forget something big. Might be Africa, but something big. Okay, I love you all. Cheers.